cheers guys.
Hi guys.
So this is Friday again, and here is the LH Crypto Analytics team, joined by Eugene, the leading analyst of our international network and the chief developer for international offices. Evgeny, we welcome you in our Friday video. So
Thank you very much.
Never mind. So what are we going to talk about today?
So I think we will talking about the oil, about the Brent, and we will talk about a little bit about Bitcoin, and maybe a little bit about Venezuela's story with the President Maduro, you know.
Well, yes, quite an exciting story, and yes, a little bit of information about crypto, Telegram, and all the buzz about indices and the help of Federal Reserve. So plenty of news today. So just in short, briefly, fast, let's go.
So let's start from Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now show us after so good, movement to the top, double top model. Double top model near the price 6,800. Actually, it's a very nice circle price, and that double bottom, if that model will work, we can see the Bitcoin on the next week near the 5,000 or maybe lower. That's why be careful, guys. Don't have a lot of news, but right now Bitcoin work and start to move in, use the coronavirus news and oil prices, and actually all another situation what's happening every day on the market.
Right, so the price of cryptocurrencies has become very elastic to the coronavirus news. But as you know, yes, the price may drop, but after the drop of the chance for further growth, all the more we have good news for cryptocurrencies this week, since national governments of the United States and China, which previously used to blame cryptocurrency in all the possible sins, now turn their faces on cryptocurrencies and say that we have to develop this technology and make finally a national cryptocurrency in both China and the United States. Finally, they need a global epidemic to realize the potential of crypto.
Yes, in regard of that situation, yes, only one way right now any government can see, and that way can be drop that idea, use the fiat money, need to use something, like crypto.
Indeed.
And blockchain technology. So second picture, very nice technical picture, it's on the Brent oil price. So for example, Brent oil price right now trending near the $50 for one barrel, and for example, it's a very heavy, for example, it's very strong support line right now, and if that line will be broken, we can see the oil price, lower too. It's mean what gold will go higher, because gold, it's always
the safe bay, the last ultimate asset in case when everything falls. Thank you for touching upon the topic of the gold, because it actually demonstrated quite the controversial behavior, always growing while everything else is dropping. Last week, gold prices dropped too after significant growth. What happened? Well, they say that seeing how low their budgets, how low their investment portfolios fell, international funds, metal funds, stock funds, they rushed towards gold as the ultimate asset, which you can get cash from after selling. So everyone just rushed into the sell-off of gold from their reserve just to have some cash for any purchases, for any stable life, not to go bankrupt. But now, after those immense pouring of money into the financial system, well, they finally have this cash, enormous amount of cash. And so what else to buy on these papers? Of course, gold again. So gold demonstrated a growth from almost 1,400 per ounce USD per ounce to almost 1,600 USD per ounce, and just pulled back a little bit last week. But we think that this is not really the end of the golden rally.
Yes, gold always safety active, how you said before, the same like Japanese yen, but we will not talk about the currency today. Cryptocurrencies are major news for today. So a little bit not about market, I want to tell about the President Maduro. You know, it's president of Venezuela. You know, it's a very long.
Yeah, just a brief note. We always have a stock advice of the week, like currency advice of the week. So the advice on the asset you can earn more in the meantime, in the following time. But now Evgeny will demonstrate and will mention the very unusual way to earn a whole bunch of money, which is
You know, Andrew, I disagree with you because, for example, in regard of the oil, you know, it's a news will very linked, you know, with our last topic. Because, for example, President Maduro right now have a lot of problem, and actually, what U.S. government, you know, indict 15 millions, you know, for give any information
15.
how he 15 millions about the President Maduro, how he can wanted to hit, you know, U.S. with the Colombian drug cartel, you know, for example, oil on the real market, Venezuelan oil, price right now near the $5 for barrel. That's why, you know, I don't know what President Maduro will do in that situation. And of course, in regard of crypto, we all remember how President Maduro heard about the doing first crypto government currency, you know. Maybe they will think about that second time. That's why check that news and don't forget to buy it when he will do it.
Yeah, so we'll call him President Jackpot next time.
President Joker, maybe. You know?
It's after they catch him. Meanwhile, the markets seem to see some sort of bounce back, and some think that it is actually the bottom of it. Now the growth has already started. So all the major indices, S&P, Nasdaq, experienced fantastic growth for over 20% in just a couple of days, and they're still growing at this current moment. Of course, the situation is always changing, but some are skeptical about this and still warn this may be just a really very ensuring, but still a bounce with a further drop to even lower levels. So we'll see this make our analytics even more exciting and hope your profits even greater.
In terms of that, I want to tell only about one Chinese company. It's Tencent Group, you know, which provide and which create the online gaming. Because how I saw on the market, when all the indexes, US indexes went down, you know, only one company showed us the growth. And in regard of the situation with coronavirus, check that price, check that chart.
Remember the Zoom Communications, a company offering services of the conference calls and so on and so forth, cloud calculations and so on and so forth. So on the 23rd of March, we measured the growth of Zoom stocks by 22%, and so they were almost the single company which was growing these days because everyone is working remotely from homes, and so they really need all the Zoom services. So just remember that we were right to say once in the late 2019 that Zoom will shoot and skyrocket someday, and it does because it's only for the 2 weeks that stocks have grown for 40%, incredible 40%.
So, Andrew, in regard of our analytic and in regard of our news, you know, what we will see on the next week? Tell us, please.
Yes, so please, thank you. We are not only good in advices of the stocks, but also in advices of what events are major and most influential. So pay attention on Tuesday, March 31st, retail sales in February in Japan and manufacturing PMI in China. We'll be able to overlook the damage to real sectors through these digits. So April the 1st, unemployment rate in February in European Union and non-farm employment change in March in USA. Hope that this April Fool's Day won't fool us with all the scrutiny of numbers. And finally, Friday, April the 3rd, unemployment rate and retail sales in USA, which demonstrated the overwhelming drop down, and also retail sales in USA. Well, we're all with you, and just like you see, we're all under the quarantine as well. So next time perhaps you will see me in the mask, not only Evgeny. So thank you for visiting us. Hope to see you again.
That's the same what I wanted to tell you, you know, safety first. Take care of yourself, guys, you know, and safety first. Check on my mask, and I hope I will see you with the mask, you know, with
And
the
not in
good
the
health.
hospital, right? So okay, take care of yourself. Bye.
Bye bye, guys.